If you have been diagnosed by any of the symptoms like joint pain, morning stiffness, redness, or tiredness, then I'm sure that your doctor might have recommended some of these blood tests to diagnose if it is rheumatoid arthritis or not. So before that, let me show my blood test report when I was diagnosed, and even after a diagnosis, for a long time I was so much in pain and stiffness, tiredness. For 10 long years I was suffering with pain, bedridden, and during that time my ESR would normally be between 87, sometimes 100. So here you can see ESR was 87 and hemoglobin is 7.8. Usually with rheumatoid arthritis, people also suffer with this anemia problem and their hemoglobin is very low. Ideally hemoglobin should be between 12 and 15, and here you can see it was 7.8. You can imagine I was feeling so tired. And here you can see the ESR is 87. Ideally it should be between 0 to 20, and after following Satvic Lifestyle, you can see the magic. Hemoglobin improved to 11. I was feeling so full of life, happy, energetic, and I just loved myself. And ESR also at the same time dropped to 11. Just imagine, with Satvic Lifestyle, all the parameters improve at the same time because you have targeted the root cause of the disease. Okay. And if you would like to learn more about the Satvic Lifestyle and my online courses, then do check out my website, satvicco.com, for some to and do watch free preview to get more idea of my blood reports and how did I deal with the same to improve my condition using Satvic Lifestyle. So now let us see, this is the first blood test that usually doctor recommend, which is ESR test, or it is also called as SED rate. So what is this ESR rate? It is usually the rate at which blood clumps together and settles at the bottom of the test tube, okay, and it indicates the inflammation in the body. So the other test that usually indicates inflammation and doctor recommends is CRP test, which is also called as C-reactive protein. So this is the protein released by liver whenever you have infection, okay, normally. And whenever C-reactive protein is released, it is actually body's immune system response in order to heal our body. But because we are suffering from this disease of autoimmune condition called rheumatoid arthritis, our healthy tissues and joints are targeted by this immune system, and that is the reason we face this high CRP level in our body. So before that, let us also understand what is the role of inflammation. Actually, inflammation occurs in body actually to protect our body from infections like bacteria and viruses. Okay, these are killed because of this inflammatory parameters in our body. But when we are suffering from autoimmune conditions, our healthy tissues are by mistakenly recognized by this immune system as enemy, okay, and healthy tissues are targeted and it is damaged, and the inflammation results in more inflammation. That is the result we get high inflammation readings for as ESR and CRP whenever anyone is suffering from any type of autoimmune conditions. Even sometimes people suffering from depression or any other heart disease have high CRP levels. Okay, these are the things that indicate inflammation. So it is not necessary that just if you have high CRP or ESR, you have rheumatoid arthritis. Sometimes just by increased activity or some other issues, like some even people who go to gym regularly, they also suffer from this. They don't suffer, their actually readings come high of ESR, indicating that their immune system response is overactivated, okay, in order to heal. So other test that is also recommended is complete blood count or CBC. So this is very important because it also shows the hemoglobin level. See, complete blood count means it includes white blood cells and red blood cells. So white blood cells helps to fight the infections in the body, and red blood cells helps to transport the oxygen in overall body, okay. So that is the reason that many people having rheumatoid arthritis also have this anemia problem. So it is important to monitor your red blood cells level as well, so that you can take appropriate measures as it is required. So the other test that is usually recommended is anti-CCP test. These are the antibodies that is released as an immune system response whenever there is autoimmune conditions. So sometimes if ESR and CRP is not the right indicator, along with that anti-CCP test is recommended. Then ANA, anti-nuclear antibody test is recommended. So whenever these blood reports are high, it indicates that you have an autoimmune condition, and there can be fast progression of joint damage. So if you have, like, if you also have symptoms like severe symptoms along with this blood reports like very high, compared to the normal level, then I would highly recommend you take measures to control the same as soon as possible to avoid any joint damage, because joint damage done cannot be reversed. Any other damage due to any other side effects that occur due to allopathic medicines may be reversed, but this cannot be reversed. You can also check out my previous videos related to this allopathic medicines and other medicines that I tried, and also check out my videos on symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. I will give the links somewhere at the end of this video, so do check out the same, and along with that you can also take this blood test. So uric acid test, like most of you have suggested to make videos on this. This test is usually recommended if you have this condition of gout, and when the levels are like beyond normal, then it indicates gout usually, and not rheumatoid arthritis specifically. And I never did this test of anti-CCP, ANA or uric acid because mainly my doctor focused on the parameters of ESR and CRP, and I showed my blood reports when I started. The other major indicator is rheumatoid arthritis factor. Okay, so RA factor, this test usually comes very high, but in some of the cases in one-to-one consultations that I did, I saw that some people have very high rheumatoid this RA factor, but still their symptoms, they don't have symptoms at all, and some people have no RA factor, their RA factor test is negative, but still the symptoms are very high. And doctor did not recommend this test RA factor any, like when I was during starting, I guess I took and it was positive, but after that I was not recommended because it does not give a real measure of you have rheumatoid arthritis or not. So that is the reason this physical examination is very, very important, physical assessment. If you have this any of the diseases like autoimmune condition or especially rheumatoid arthritis, if you have, doctors will check each and every joint, how is the mobility, flexibility, swelling, redness, level of pain. These are actually the real indicators. Blood tests sometimes can be positive or negative. I have seen cases where people have blood tests are all positive but they don't have any symptoms, and some people have lot of pain, symptoms, stiffness, but their blood reports are completely normal. So that's why physical assessment is absolutely important. That is the real indicator. If you're healthy, wealthy, happy, or able to do all the normal activities, then it is completely fine. Okay, so that is the reason physical assessment, like your shoulder joint mobility, your finger joint, is it showing some swelling or deformity. Like when I was diagnosed with this disease, there was redness in both the joints, okay, of this thumb joint especially. So these are the real indicator, and apart from that, you can also check out this imaging test where you take the X-ray, and the joint damage can be seen actually through the X-rays, and how much like there is the gap between joints and the lubrication of joint. So the doctors will guide you accordingly. Okay, this is like my experience with blood tests, so I would highly recommend that you go with what doctors are telling. But as far as my case is concerned, I would just measure ESR and CRP just to monitor my levels of my inflammation. So the solution for this disease, like any of the disease like autoimmune condition, you don't have to worry. Okay, first of all, stop worrying. If there is problem, there is always a solution. That you need to believe. Okay, first, before you start actually implementing the solution, because the healing actually starts with your faith and belief. How much belief you have in this Satvic lifestyle. So exercise in sunshine. Research has shown that just exercising for around 20 minutes a day can improve your inflammation levels. Inflammation levels can go down tremendously as it has positive effects on your mind, body, and soul. So never skip this step. The sunshine. Sunshine is like a medicine for all of us. Whenever we get exposed to sunshine, it also helps to balance our hormones and helps to release the required digestive juices in order to digest food. Then is Satvic diet, okay? Easy to digest food, which directly comes from Mother Nature as much as possible. You can also try 50% raw and 50% cooked to start with. And any food that comes directly from Mother Nature is very easy for body to digest. So we have to be in alignment with Mother Nature as much as possible. And then you can check out my online courses of how you can, live a Satvic lifestyle, okay? So living a Satvic lifestyle is absolutely important, and do check out my other videos in order to learn how you can heal your diseases using Satvic lifestyle. And don't forget to check out my website as well, satviccode.com. So for now, see you in the next video. Bye bye and take care.